Vacuum tube, an electronic device that controls the flow of electrons in a vacuum. Vacuum tubes, also known as electron tubes or thermionic valves, are electronic components that control the flow of electric current. They consist of a glass or metal envelope containing a vacuum or low-pressure gas. So they have a key elements inside the cathode, an anode, and in some types on or more grids. The cathode is the emits electrons when the heated, a process known as the thermionic zone. And the anode is to attract and collect electrons emitted by the cathode, causing current to flow. Next is the grids. They control the flow of electrons between the cathode and anode. Last is the filament or heater. Heats the cathodes, facilitating electrons emission. The transistor is a semiconductor device that can amplify or switch electron signals. It consists of the three layers of semiconductor material, the emitter. It based on the collector. Transistor can be classified into two types, the NPN or the negative positive negative, and the PNP, the positive negative positive. The transistor are the fundamental building blocks in modern electrons. Switching and the forming the basis of the integrated circuits.
So this is John Bretas. Integrated circuit or IC. A small electronic circuit printed on a chip, usually made of silicon, that contains many its own circuit elements. Microprocessor, an electronic component held on an integrated circuit that contains a computer central processing unit or CPU and other associated circuits.
This is Mariel Joy Orong for the basic terms, magnetic core and machine language. Magnetic core uses arrays of small rings of magnetized material called cores to store information. It is made of iron or steel that enhances the magnetic field in devices like transformers and inductors. It also enhances energy transfer and storage efficiency. Machine language, a low-level programming language comprised of a collection of binary digits that the computer can read and understand. Machine language is the fundamental computer language. Consists of binary codes with zeros and ones representing instructions for the processor to execute, such as addition or comparison.
Roberto A. Francisco 1F Memory and Artificial AI. Memory, a physical device that is used to store data, information, and program information. Refers to recalling the source of learning information. Program includes space for the use of programs as well as addressable memory location for the storage of data. Artificial Intelligent AI, an area of computer science that deals with the stimulation and creation of intelligent machine or intelligent behave in a computer. They think, learn, work, and react like whom. Artificial Intelligent AI, it means improving teaching and learning process, personalization, education, and improving better opportunities for students.
Maria Lourdes A. Laurente from BSA 1F. For first-generation computers, 1940s to 1950s. Main electronic component, vacuum tubes, used in early electronic devices, such as amplifiers and radios before the advent of transistors. They operate on the principle heated, despite being largely replaced by transistors. Vacuum tubes still find application in certain audio equipment and high power of amplifiers due to their unique characteristic. Main memory, magnetic drums and magnetic tapes. Main memory, also known as a RAM, random access memory, is plays a crucial role in a computer's functionality. Magnetic drums and magnetic tapes were early forms of main memory used in early computers. The magnetic drums is were a type of data storage that used of rotating drum coated with a magnetic material. Data was straight in concentric tracks on the drum's surface, and the magnetic tapes is used a long strip of plastic coated with a magnetic material for data storage. Data was written or read sequentially along the tape. Programming language or machine language. Machine language is the lowest level programming language, consisting of binary code that directly instruct a computer central processing unit. Each instruction corresponds to a specific operation, such as arithmetic or data movement, and is represented using a sequence of a OS and 1S. It is the machine specific, meaning it varies between different computer architectures, while powerful and executed directly by the CPU. Machine language is challenging for humans to work with due to its binary nature, leading to the development of higher level programming language for easier and more abstract coding. Power consume a lot of electricity and generate a lot of heat. The power consumption and heat generation are often related in electronic devices, especially in those that involve the processing of large amounts of data or perform intensive computation. When a device consumes a significant amount of electronical power, it means that it's drawing a substantial current from its power source. This current flows through the device component such as processor, transistor, and other circuit. Input-output devices, punch cards and paper tape. Punch cards and paper tape are historical input and output devices. Punch cards, widely used in early computing, held data as a whole. Punch in the specific position. They serve as input by being processed through a hard readers and output through the patterns of holes could be interpreted. Both devices were prevalent in the mid-20th century, providing a means to input and output data in early computers and mainframers. However, they were eventually replaced by more efficient and versatile storage and input methods such as magnetic tapes and direct keyboard entry. The example of first generation of computers is electronic numerical integrator and computer. The electronic numerical integrator and computer was the first general purposes electronic digital computer. It was developed during World War II and complete in 1945. ENIAC was enormous, taking up a room and consisting of thousands of vacuum tubes for computation. Next is the Universal Automatic Computer or the UNIVAC 1. The UNIVAC 1 or Universal Automatic Computer 1 was the first commercially produced computer in the United States. It was designed by J. Presper Eckert and John Mauchly and delivered in 1951. UNIVAC 1 was a large, room-sized computer that utilized vacuum tubes for its electronic components. Next, International Business Machine Corporation or IBM. The International Business Machine Corporation is a multinational technology and consulting company founded in 1911. It has played a significant role in the development of computers and technology. The IBM 650, introduced in 1953, was an early and influential mainframe computer. It was the first mass-produced computer and became widely used in business and scientific application, contributing to the growth of computing in the mid-20th century. The IBM 650 used vacuum tubes technology and punch cards for input, representing a pivotal step in evolution of computing hardware. The punch card. A punch card is a piece of stiff paper that contains digital information represented by holes punched through it. It was used in early computing for data input and programming. Each hole or absence of a hole represented a binary digit, 0 or 1, allowing the card to store data. These cards were widely used in the mid-20th century for tasks like programming computers and storing information.
This is Mariel Joy Orong for second generation computers. Second generation computers, 1950s, 1960s. So in the second generation computers already level up a little. Its functions are more faster than the first generation. In the second generation, the processing speed is 1 million per second already, which is better than the last generation. Its main electronic, which is the transistor, has replaced into vacuum tube. It's like one transistor is equivalent to 40 vacuum tubes. It also made the computers become smaller but still operates faster and is also cheaper. Memory, magnetic core, and magnetic tape or disk. Memory of second generation also increased its capacity. Programming language, assembly language. Assembly language made programming easier. It already used abbreviations instead of binary codes. So in second generation computers, its power and size has already updated. It has low power consumption, it generated less heat, and it has smaller in size compared to the first generation computers. Speed, improvement of speed and reliability. Speed of second generation computers also increased in the first generation. In input-output devices, punch cards, and magnetic tape. In the second generation, punch cards and magnetic tape is used and act as the storage of the computer. Here are also some examples of second generation computers. We have IBM 1401, IBM 1790, and 1794, UNIVAC 117, and many more.
Roberto A. Francisco, an F fifth generation computer. The main characteristic of fifth generation of computers that present the future means electronic component based on artificial intelligence use the ultra large scale and integration ULSI technology and a parallel processing method ULSI million of tests on a single micro parallel processing method used or more microprocessor to run tasks stimulate language understand natural language human language power consume less power and generate less heart speed remarkable improvement of speed accuracy and reliability in a comparison with the fourth generation computer size, portable, small in size, and a hungry storage capacity. Input-output device, keyboard, monitor, mouse, trackpad or touchpad, touch screen, pen, speech input, recognize voice, speech, light, scanners, print, etc. Example, desktop, laptop, tablet, smartphone, etc. Ito example ng desktop, laptop, at smartphone. Another example, artificial intelligence. The theory and development of computer systems availed to perform tasks that normally required human intelligence such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, and translation between language. Another example, a mecha is a world's most advanced human-owned robot. According to its creator Engineer Arts, it has a human-like face and body and can make a wide range of facial expression and movement. A mecha is able to make different facial expression, which is idea customer interaction. It is a power to connect with visitor, from answering question and providing direction to greeting them.
So this is Joan Brotas for third generation of computers in 1965 to 1970s. Major hardware features: integrated circuits in place of transistors. With the use of integrated circuits, these computers become reliable, generated less heat, were small in size, fast, very less maintenance, and were inexpensive. Memory: large magnetic core, magnetic tape disk. The size of main memory was increased and reached about 4 megabytes. Programming language: high-level language, Fortran, BASIC, Pascal, COBOL, and etc. One of the latest language to hit the market is called Java. Machine language is easier for the computer to understand, but harder for the programmer to understand. Size is smaller, cheaper, and more efficient than the second generation computer. They were called mini computers. Third generation computer could carry out instructions in billion of a second. The size of these machines dropped to the size of small files cabinet. Speed: improvements of speed and reliability in comparison with the second generation computers. Transistors were placed silicon chips called semiconductors with the drastically increase the speed of efficiency of the computer. The input-output devices: magnetic tape, keyboard, monitor, printer, and etc. Instead of punch card and print out, yung mga user na ngayon during third generation computers, gumagamit na sila ng keyboard and may monitor na rin during third generation and interfaced. Samples: IBM 360 and IBM 370, PDP-11 and UNIVAC 1108, and etc. And during third generation, dito rin napakilala yung operating system, so which allowed yung mga devices or computer to run many different applications at one time in the central program that monitor the memory. So computer for the first time during the third generation come accessible to a mass audience.